What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Big Herc in the house. Welcome to another edition of Prison Talk. Hope everybody had a nice weekend. It's been a lot of hoopla about the World Series. You know what I'm saying? Dodgers got to bring it home tomorrow so that they can stay in it. But if you're a baseball fan, you most likely have been watching the World Series. Even if you're not a baseball fan, you've been watching the World Series. I've caught like pieces of the game, but I haven't had time to sit all the way down and watch the game. I've been doing my own thing, expanding my mind, always trying to stay on my hustle. Anyways, much love to everybody who's been supporting us. If you haven't subscribed, man, subscribe to the channel. Click on the bell. That way you can get all the alerts when we got new videos going up. We got a new series kicking off. We're going to be introducing to you guys. It's going to be a surprise. You got a homie kicking some game, and I'm gonna let the teaser do the talking when we release that. So just stay tuned. We also got a yard time commercial we're gonna be dropping on you guys. So if you ain't about your yard time yet, get with your yard time, man. You know what I'm saying? Lockdown is over, so get your yard time for your workouts. That shit is the bomb. If you haven't subscribed to our Instagram and our Twitter, make sure you do so. We got FreshOutSeries on Instagram and Twitter. I kick a lot of motivational stuff. You know what I'm saying? I try to put positive affirmations out there so people can stay positive. And if you're having a bad day, maybe you could watch one of the Instagrams or Twitters and feel better about yourself. I'll also be dropping little nugs on Big Herc 916, so check that out. Also subscribe to that Instagram and that Twitter. Our Patreon is jumping. We got some cooking going on with Raw Godbody, Grind or Die. We got his shit on there. He's cooking up some good stuff on our Patreon, which is FreshOutSeries. We have some really good stuff on that going down. The website, if you guys haven't visited the website, check out the website, www.freshoutsseries.com. We got the clothing jumping off. We're going to have the shoes jumping off too. If you're a shoe person, if you're a sneakerhead, if you got a shoe fetish, we're going to have some sick ass fresh out shoes. Not no bullshit. We're going to have some high quality Italian leather comparable to some Giuseppe's or some Bally's or some Balenciagas. I mean, we're going to have our shoes going to be dope. Ain't going to be no cheap bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be some shit that's going to, make you want to go ahead and buy them. And we're going to have slides too. So be on the lookout. We should have those right around Thanksgiving. We'll start taking orders. So be on the lookout for those. That'll be on our website, and we'll probably also have it on Amazon. If you have any questions, check us out at FreshOutSeries@gmail.com. We got, we answer a lot of questions. I've been doing some, speaking engagements for colleges, people taking criminology or anthropology. I've been talking at some of the schools. So, that's jumping off. And it ain't free, motherfucker got to earn his living. So if you want me to come talk, I'll talk. But, I'm saying I do have a fee. But, hey, I'll lace y'all up, man. I went through it, so all that shit you read in books, I give it to you firsthand, the real shit, not that bullshit. And I also have other people that can come and speak too. So holler at us, FreshOutSeries@gmail.com. We speak to corporations, colleges. You need some motivation. You need somebody to pump you up. You want some real shit, holler at us. You know what I'm saying? We'll get you up off your ass and make you want to, start your own business, be your own boss. Or if you work for somebody, kick up your motherfucking productivity. So check it out. We're going to be an open forum today, but before I get into that, I want to say once again, thank you for everybody who was with us from the very start. It's been a climb. We just been, my business partner, man, he believed in my idea, over 5 years ago, and we just been pushing along. And, we've recently got this from YouTube. You guys can see that. It's a plaque from YouTube. It shows that we hit 100,000 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? So check this out. Thank you to all the fans. Because of you guys, we have this. If it wasn't for y'all, we wouldn't be. I wouldn't be holding this plaque up right now. FreshOutSeries, congratulations for surpassing 100,000 subscribers. Hey, that's because of y'all, man. Thank you. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody who's been, staying down with us. So, we're staying on our hustle. We're pushing along. I'm always pushing you guys to be entrepreneurs, be successful, invest your money, whether it be start your own clothing line, investing in Bitcoin, flipping cars, whatever you're doing, be about your business. But today we got an open forum. So I'll be taking questions. Anybody got something interesting you want to talk about? What is it? Kevin Spacey touching on boys and, the Donald Trump campaign manager indictment. A lot of shit going on, man. Yeah, man. It's pretty crazy. I got a question right here from Brian Pham on Facebook. Hey, Big Herc, did you ever run into Carmine the Snake Persico when you were surviving your time at Lompoc? Yes, I did. Carmine was in the same unit as me. Older guy, you would have never known. He was the head of one of the biggest, mob families, man. Quiet. I didn't have, I said what's up to him. I didn't really have any major conversations with him. He, kept to himself. Yeah, what I'm saying? I did run across him, and we were in the same unit. We were in C unit together in Lompoc back in the day. So that was 2000. I was out there with him. Somebody said, since I did all that time in prison, do I dislike law enforcement? I ain't got no qualms with law enforcement that do their job. When I see stuff on Facebook, when these guys are getting caught on camera kicking motherfuckers in the face, hitting people in the head for getting pulled over. I mean, for no reason. That's what I don't like, man. Why do you do that? You know what I'm saying? Why do you there's no need for that. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what, I don't like. But I mean, there's some good law enforcement people out there. I got homies that are police, man. You know what I mean? I know cats that are police that are, good dudes. You know what I mean? But then it's the ones who are pieces of shit and nobody says nothing that fucks it up for everybody. So it's not like all law enforcement is bad. A lot of them do a lot of good things out there. It's just that you have a lot of guys who get that power and then they see somebody and they just want to take out whatever aggression they have on them. And then they get, administrative leave and all this shit. It's just a bunch of bullshit. So that's my take on that. Somebody said, why do inmates sag their pants in a pen? Back in the day, it used to be that when you sagged your pants, you were saying that you were down to give up that booty. I never seen when I was that motherfucker wasn't sagging like that at Lompoc. Motherfuckers wore their pants up and they wouldn't on no, I didn't see too many motherfuckers like advertising asshole like that. Maybe it goes down in some other spots, in other places, but I didn't really see cats out there doing it like that. But that's, sagging your pants, man. Back in the day, that's what it meant. And then on the street, it was fashion. Motherfuckers showing their boxers and shit, but I ain't never understood that. Somebody said, Herc, where can I get de facto government of the United States? Can't find it anywhere. See, that's the fucked up thing about a lot of the books I was able to get in the pen. You gotta look at obscure publishers, man. They don't really put that shit. It's not in the colleges. It's not in the your public libraries. These books are real books, but you have to, go with these some of these way out publishing companies, that actually distribute these books. I'm trying to think. I can't remember if it was World Press or one of the publishers. I used to get a catalog, and they had a lot of books that were like conspiracy theory books, law books, and they had a lot of good shit in it. There was a couple different places we used to order books from, but yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. It's a lot of the material you can't find in your library. So that's why when I read that shit in the pen, it fucked me up, man, because I'm like, what the fuck? People, I hear people say, oh man, when you robbed the bank, you did all this. Yeah, I was doing a lot of stupid shit. I did a lot of gangster ass stupid shit. But if I would have known a lot of the shit I know now, I wouldn't have been doing that shit. I would have been doing things on a different level because of the understanding I had for what was going on in the fucking world, in the country. So I did a lot of stupid shit because of my level of understanding and where I was operating at, the frequency I was fucking operating at. I wouldn't be doing that. I wouldn't be robbing banks with the type of mentality I got now. I wouldn't be fucking jacking motherfuckers, you know what I mean? Running around with straps and doing stupid shit. You do stupid shit when you're in a stupid mentality. You don't do stupid shit once you get a certain mentality. You elevate your consciousness and you do other things. So that's what's up. Somebody said, Big Herc, do a shout out. So turning 3 today. Somebody said, baby girl turning 3 today. And me and her watch every Monday. Much love. Shout out. I'm going to do the shout outs at the end, but because of this one, I don't know if I'll be able to see it again. Chavez, shout out to your daughter, man. You and your daughter, bro. But yeah. Anyways, what's your favorite? Somebody said, I'm not going to entertain that one. Oh, yeah. Somebody said, do you believe in programs like Beyond Scared Straight? No. Big Bubba, Big Tito, and the big whatever, man, Big Rob, all those guys. I mean, them guys screaming in your face, they got all this time, is not the way. You can't intimidate or scare a motherfucker into not doing something, man. Maybe it works for some kids, the whole intimidation thing, but if you got those badasses that they have up in there, you know how you get to their motherfucking asses as these little badass kids? You take their ass, these little badass kids, if they're minorities, you take them to a motherfucking beach or all motherfucking white environment and let them realize how stupid they are when they feel out of their element. You got to put a person in the most uncomfortable position outside of their comfort zone. When I moved from Sacramento to Huntington Beach and I got around these kids and I'm seeing that they're not giving a fuck about the dope game and this and that, and they were more into college and studying and careers and business, it made me look at my life different. Now, I didn't capitalize on it right then because I didn't have nobody in my ear. My mom wasn't in my ear. I didn't have no father figure telling me, hey, man, you're around these guys, man, they're doing this and that, get around, make some friends with people who are going places. But if these kids have the right mentor and exposure, the bottom line is a lot of motherfuckers ain't never been exposed to anything outside of what they're around. Their parents, are gangsters, their brother's a gangster, or drug dealer, or drug addict, or drug user, or whatever the case may be, or their cousin. So you gotta get away from that and say, look, man, do you really want to live like this? Dirty ass carpet, Kool-Aid stains on the motherfucking, on your shirts and, watered down milk, or do you want to live like this, and show a motherfucking a nice house, nice environment, and even, it don't have to be white people. I just said that because of just the shock factor. It could be, if it's black or Hispanic, it could be affluent black or Hispanic people so they can see the difference and see how ignorant it is to be carrying on life the way they're doing it. Because a lot of motherfuckers don't realize how out of pocket it is until they are sitting in the pen with 20 years and they think about, oh man, I remember I used to date this girl, her family had money, blah, 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 I'm gonna try to write her, or, I used to go out with this girl, this person, and, my partner, and he was doing good, and I didn't listen, and then they start reminiscing. See, you don't want to reminisce, you want to capitalize on it when you can, because otherwise you miss fucking opportunities by being a motherfucking knucklehead. Somebody said, how much money did you have when you got out of jail? Man, I had probably maybe $400 something dollars, man. Maybe $500 because I made money in the pen doing legal stuff, but I invested probably like $3,000 on publishing my book, How to Get Down the Porn Game. I published my book before I got out, so that was an investment. And when I got out, I was gonna hustle the book, try to do book signings and shit like that. So that's where a lot of my money went. And then once I got out, I had a homie that had got out before me. He looked out for me with a car. He gave me money for a car. He gave me a couple $1,000. And then I had another homeboy, shout out to Junior and Salinas. He looked out for me and, gave me his old Cadillac. And basically, that was the car I used to get around until I could afford to buy a car. But I didn't have a lot of money. You know, I had been down almost 9 years. You know, whatever I had of value, you know, my fiance at the time when I got locked up, my fiance took all that shit. So I was basically starting from scratch. Somebody said, Big Herc, would you do midget porn? Well, I'm married now, but back in the day, Bridget the midget, I was gonna bust her cheeks. Somebody said, how often do prisoners try to escape, and were they ever successful? Juan Martinez. I've never seen anybody try to escape in the feds. When I was at Lompoc, before I got there, somebody escaped by helicopter. Helicopter came on the yard, dropped the rope. The motherfucker grabbed the rope, and the helicopter took off. This is before I got there. Now, what they did was they put wire across the yard. And I was wondering what the fuck the wire was for, but they put this wire, you can't see it from a helicopter. So if a helicopter was to come across the yard again and drop a rope, and you grab the rope and you try to get out of there, you'll get shredded. It basically would chop your ass up. So you couldn't get out of there. But yeah, they had wires going across the yard in different, angles so that, basically you couldn't just grab something and fly off. Somebody said, should I put money in my books for prison soon or leave it in the bank for when I'm free? Hopefully, you doing time? Hopefully you ain't doing no time, man. I don't want to see you go do no time, but if you got to go do some time, put your money in Bitcoin. That way, by the time you get out, man, you'll be sitting on probably $1 million. Hopefully you don't have to do a lot of time, but if you do, put it in some Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency, cannabis coin. How often do I work out? I work out 5 days a week. At least 30 minutes of cardio, 40 minutes of cardio, and then an hour weights. Somebody says, does yard time have gear? Nah, ain't no gear in yard time, man. We ain't about to catch no case with yard time. It's all legit. Talk about Kevin Spacey. What you guys want to say something about Kevin Spacey and him now saying that it was justified because he was drunk and he's a homosexual? I think that's some bullshit. You know what I mean? It's a lot of that shit going on in Hollywood though. So it is what it is. Somebody says, well, yard time passed the UFC year. I don't know what you mean. Maybe you mean the actual test. There's no ephedrine or anything inside yard time. You know what I mean? It's all the ingredients are legit. It's nothing that's gonna get you caught up. If you have anything specifically, you can email us at FreshOutSeries@gmail.com that you test for, and I can run it by our manufacturer to make sure that you won't have a dirty test or anything on it. But as I know, yard time is you ain't gonna have no issues. Big Herc, how are ex-military treated in prison? You might be looking at some time. Ex-military, man, they treat like anybody else. For the most part, man, nobody knows what you're in there for or what your background is unless you tell them. When I was at Lompoc, there was dudes who were fucking ex-Vietnam veterans, man, old OGs, man. Back in 2000, OGs who were, I got caught up, and there was dudes in there that had been in the military, and you don't know until you talk to them. So you're treated like anybody else. Ex-military, you get the same respect as everybody else, and maybe even more so from the guards because you've actually served your country. So, don't be telling people your business, man. You get locked up, don't talk about a lot about your background. Stay a motherfucking mystery. Did you ever hide shit in your cells from the COs? Of course. Blinkies, you know what I mean? Chicken, Pruno, we had all kind of shit, it's part of the game. So, that's what's up, man. But yeah, anybody that's everybody hides shit in the cell, and usually the guy who never gets in trouble, they'll pay him to hide shit in his cell. So, it's part of the game. Yeah, somebody said about Kevin Spacey coming out the closet. I know. Piece of work. Flip expensive cars. Somebody said he then paid rival gang members $20K a piece in buying them expensive cars to flip to Royals. I don't understand that question. Eric McCauley, if you got another part to that question, I'll answer it. Do you think it's okay for OG to still be promoting gang life? Snoop just drops a new album, Make America Crip Again. That shit is commercial, man. It's all commercial. Make America Crip Again, or make him, being a, talking blood and all that. I mean, dude, when you get into the real corporate world and you start life and talking about making money and traveling internationally, man, ain't nobody caring about that shit, man. If you want to be successful in life, you can't be limited to just fucking with Crips or just fucking with Bloods or just fucking with Southsiders or Northaniels. You got to be universal, man. See, minorities got a lot of bullshit with them. Keep it real, keep it gangster. Oh, my nigga, you ain't hard. You only did a little bit of time. Man, there's most motherfuckers that did no time. It don't make you a motherfucking G, man, doing time. It don't make you no G. It makes you a G when you fucking have 9, 10 figures in your fucking bank account and you can take care of your kids and send them to a fucking private school where they can get the best education and basically leave something behind as a legacy. That's what it's about, buying property, establishing yourself in a community. Doing time, being a gangster, I'm not going to promote that shit. I used to bang my hood tough when I was a youngster, when I didn't know no better, and then I realized it was some bullshit. I got shot at, drew down on niggas, did a bunch of other crazy shit, but I would never promote that shit, man. Get your fucking money in education, brother. You know what I mean? Be about your bread. I promote you hustling, being an entrepreneur. Somebody said, who had the best pussy in the porn game? When I was in the porn game, man, it's a long time ago, man. It's hard to say. Janet Jackney was a beast. China was, she was off the hook back then. I don't know, man. There's a bunch of little freaks back then. It was a long time ago though, so it's hard to say, man. A lot of times, man, you'd run through females and you forget about them a week, 2 later, man, because you was on to the next one. You know what I mean? Back in my 20s, you know what I'm saying? That's when I was the Coochie Assassin. And we got those shirts on our website, Coochie Assassin. Somebody says, were there any good mentors or programs to help with job placement upon release from prison? I don't know, because I didn't participate, man. The mentality of the people who were teaching like the pre-release classes and the job stuff, I wouldn't with any of that shit. Because I wouldn't, to be honest with you, man, my mentality was I wasn't going to get out and slave for somebody. I wasn't going to, just settle for any old type of job. I had a certain standard. So I linked up with a person that used to be my friend, and basically, he got me a job and I worked with him, but I was able to work with him and then, do my own business on the side, flipping cars, fixing up cars and shit like that. So as far as the mentality, if you are a person who's never had a job or you never did anything, then those programs could probably help you because it'll get you on the right track. If you've been a person who's been, hanging out in the hood your whole life, but I had a lot of exposure to things before I went to the feds. I worked for, a natural gas company. I had a Series 23 license. I've done a lot of different things, man. So I wasn't like I was a dummy. And these people to me were dummies, man. This is all they had in life. I had I had a lot more potential than they could offer. So, somebody said, love your show. Always get flashbacks out of prison after watching the show in a bad way. Yeah, man, I get them fucking nightmares too, man. It's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Can you get a felony expunged if you pay money and been out of trouble for several years? Yes, you can. If you have certain felonies, the feds is a little bit different, but if you have state felonies, I know a person who went and got their felonies expunged, and now they're getting a real estate license. So you can get felonies expunged, and you can go on to get a good job and, open up doors. So don't let an ex-felon hold you back in life. Don't let people tell you otherwise. Make you some money, get you an attorney, and get that shit off the record. Is it possible Somebody said, is it possible to be left alone in the pen just by speaking well and being able to talk sense and the stupid people? Yeah. Yeah, if you know how to communicate, if you are a person who's intelligent, people will want to talk to you because a lot of these guys don't even have their GED. They sold drugs or committed crimes their whole life. So, that being intelligent plays a big factor. It opened a lot of doors for me. A lot of people used to ask me to help them with their motions, help them with their legal work, with their appeals process, traffic tickets. I used to help guys with child support. I used to help guys with credit. We'd clean credit in there. We were doing all kind of shit, man. Unlawful detainers, all type of shit. You know what I mean? So being smart, man, does make a difference. It does open up doors for you. Somebody said, what do you think about Listcoin? I haven't looked into Listcoin. Some of the coins I have is Neo, MCO, ADX, Cannabis Coin, Bitcoin. Those are some of the ones I know offhand. And they fluctuate, but hey, man, my portfolio is growing. Bitcoin, I got in, and hey, man, I almost doubled my investment already, so I ain't complaining. But it's not too late to get in. It's just you got to spend some money to get a Bitcoin. Last I saw, it was over 6,000, but it's gonna go to over. It's gonna hit a mil ticket, man, in the next couple of years. So, thinking with the future, Bitcoin, it's never too late to get in, man. You can always make money. Sorry for now. Somebody says, Big Herc, I've gotten arrested for domestic violence, but I never got charged for it. How will I get treated if I ever get locked up? Just like everybody else, if you get in there, depending on what you're doing, they're going to check your paperwork. But you got a lot of motherfuckers in there for domestic violence. I mean, but, before you catch a real domestic violence, I would bounce. Fuck that. Oh, somebody said Vanna Sterling. I don't think I did a scene with her. Somebody said, how much you make on a 6,200 Bitcoin jump? I got in on Bitcoin when it was 3,900. So, do the math, man. So I'm glad I got in. It's still going. Oh, rock solid ambition. Shout out for that donation, man. Appreciate that. Never had my wig split, partner. I got jumped when I was on the streets back when I was a youngster, but I ain't never had my wig split as a grown man. Big Herc, you ever had dealt with the Wardens who gave you a hard time? They seem professional on a camera, but inside, when there are no cams around, they act like a bunch of assholes, it seems. Yeah, you're right. You're right. When I was at Sheridan, we got a warden from Marion, which was a lockdown facility. He was a straight piece of shit. Alcoholic, caught a DUI, and when the DUI came out and it was in a newspaper, he wouldn't let nobody get their newspapers for the day because he didn't want nobody to see that he had caught a DUI. He took all the weights. He used to lock it down just to lock it down and have motherfuckers put on ski mask and escort us to chow. He was a piece of shit. And he was a motherfucking nigga. House nigga. Yeah. Motherfucking Daniels. Cold piece of shit. When I was at Sheridan. Everybody knew him back then. Everybody knew he was a piece of shit. Little scary motherfucker. And then you walk by, he tried to, hey, how you doing? How you doing? But then, he'd be quick to fucking have that ass locked in a hole. He threw me in a hole for no reason one time. I was taking a nap, and I woke up in handcuffs. Charlie D. He was a piece of shit. Somebody said his name was Thaddeus. He shot a guy in the leg on Facebook with a gang leader. Yeah, I don't know anything about Thaddeus Jimenez. I'd have to look that up. Somebody said, do religious people get a pass or can they get their wig split? It depends if you're a piece of shit. If you're trying to play religious and you're a chomo, you're going to get your motherfucking wig split. Motherfuckers find out, you ain't getting a pass because now you born again. You're a chomo, you fuck with kitty porn, you're a piece of shit, you're going to get your wig split. Somebody says, who's your favorite fighter or MMA boxer if you are a fighter fan? Saturday, GSP or Bisbang. I watched some MMA. I was a John Jones fan, but I'm really ultimately a Tyson fan. I went and saw stand-up Tyson on Friday, and man, it's Tyson, man. He's always been an inspiration. It's just sad that that many people took advantage of him, but he's always been an inspiration to me, and I'm still a Tyson fan to this day. Will always be, along with Muhammad Ali. Those are my two top favorites. You know what I mean? Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson. Someone says, how do inmates jerk when they have a room partner? You ain't supposed to be jerking you ain't supposed to be tugging on your willy, man, when your celly's up in there. I did that at prison talk about that, man. That'll get your wig split. You can't fuck with that. But anyways, you guys, hey, we're gonna do the shout outs. It's about that time. So, let me know where you're from, man, and I'll try to get your shout outs in. Shout out to Stan in the Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? Vallejo, shout out to your partner. Shout out to Evanston, Illinois. Shout out to North Highlands, my hometown. Shout out to Indianapolis. Shout out to San Diego. Shout out to Scranton, Pennsylvania. Shout out to Oklahoma. Shout out to Stockholm. Shout out to New Zealand. Shout out to Queens, New York. Shout out to Toronto. Shout out to Alaska. Shout out to Montgomery, Alabama. Shout out to Richmond, Virginia. Shout out to Silverton, Texas. Shout out to Syracuse, New York. Shout out to Norfolk, Virginia. Shout out to Shreveport, Louisiana. Shout out to Linwood, Washington. Shout out to New Jersey. Shout out to Tulsa, I don't know where that's at, Merced, California. Glasgow, Brooklyn. Shout out to Boston. Shout out to Ohio. Shout out to Asheville, North Carolina. Shout out to North Hollywood, 818, homie. I hear you. Shout out to Riverside. Shout out to Cleveland. Shout out to Rogers Park, Chicago. Shout out to Bakersfield. Shout out to Jalisco, California. Shout out to Gary, Indiana. Shout out to Delano. Shout out to Milwaukee. Shout out to Cleveland. Shout out to Phoenix, Arizona. Shout out to B-More. Shout out to Lima, Peru. Jacksonville, Florida. Shout out to Nassau County, New York. Shout out to Portland, Oregon. Dixville, New Jersey. St. Petersburg, Russia. Hotville, East Bay, California. Virginia Beach. Shout out to Eric McCauley. Thank you for the donation, man. Shout out to Australia. Shout out to El Paso. Shout out to Denver, Colorado. Rory O'Donnell. Shout out to College Station, Texas. Castro, San Francisco. Trailer Park. Shout out to U.S. Navy. Shout out to Manola. Shout out to Freaksville, Florida. Shout out to Lithuania. Hey, man, if you're about your money, you're about your hustle, you're about being positive, taking care of your family, staying the fuck out the pen, shout out to you. Looking at cryptocurrency, y'all. Put your money in there. It's going to grow, man. You can't count on motherfucking Social Security and your pension nowadays. That shit's a joke. Invest your fucking money, cryptocurrency, cannabis coin. There's a lot of coins out there, man. Do your research and check out, what do you call it? Coinbase. Check out Bittrex. Do your homework, man. There's a lot of information out there. Shout out to Yuba City. Anyways, y'all, I'm out. Check out our prison talks this week. Hey, man, tell your people, man, because we got the dopest shit out. We got 100,000 because of y'all, man. Thank you. We really appreciate it. You guys keep us relevant, and I'll be at y'all again next week. And we're still working on getting this show picked up by a network, man. We're on our hustle with it, though. But y'all stay up and shoot me an email if you're trying to do an interview. If you're ever in California, I do a little traveling, but eventually we'll do a lot of traveling when we get the show picked up. So holler at us, man. FreshOutSeries@gmail.com. All right, y'all. I'm out.